Imagine standing on a vast, wind-swept grassland 6,000 years ago. There are no saddles, no reins, no stables, just a wild, powerful animal grazing in the distance, fast, unpredictable, and completely uninterested in you. That animal is a horse, but not the horse you know today. It's smaller, stockier, wilder, and terrified of humans. So here's the real question: how did an animal like that become one of humanity's greatest partners? An animal we now ride, race, and depend on? The answer isn't simple, and it didn't happen the way most people imagine. Long before horses carried warriors into battle or pulled plows across farmland, they were just prey. For hundreds of thousands of years, early humans hunted wild horses for meat, the same way they hunted deer or bison. Cave paintings across Europe, some over 17,000 years old, show horses running, grazing, being chased, not ridden, not tamed, just hunted. For most of human history, that relationship never changed. So what shifted everything? Around 6,000 years ago, on the grasslands of what is now Kazakhstan, something remarkable began. A group of ancient herders, known as the Botai culture, started doing something no one had done before. Instead of only killing horses for food, they began keeping them close, managing herds, studying their behavior. Scientists believe this wasn't a single dramatic moment. It was slow, patient. Generation after generation, humans began controlling which horses stayed near their camps, and just like the story of the wolf becoming the dog, or the wild cat becoming the house cat, the calmest, least aggressive horses were the ones that survived best around humans. Horses that panicked constantly, that fought back violently, were harder to manage, harder to keep. Over time, they were pushed out, while calmer horses stayed close, bred, and passed on their calmer temperament to their offspring. Nature was quietly selecting the ancestors of every horse alive today. But taming a horse to stay nearby is one thing, riding it is something else entirely. Imagine being the first human to ever attempt that. Climbing onto the back of an animal built for pure speed and panic, an animal whose only defense for its entire evolutionary history was to run. Archaeologists found something incredible in ancient Botai horse teeth, small wear patterns caused by a piece of equipment placed in a horse's mouth to help control it. This tells us something remarkable. Humans weren't just herding horses, they were already riding them 6,000 years ago. Once humans figured out how to ride, everything about human civilization began to change. Distances that once took weeks to cross on foot could now be crossed in days. Trade expanded. Cultures that had never interacted began exchanging goods, ideas, language. Entire empires would eventually rise or fall based on how well they used horses in warfare. But here's where the story becomes even more fascinating. The horse you picture today, tall, sleek, powerful, isn't simply the wild horse tamed. It's the result of thousands of years of selective breeding. Ancient humans began choosing which horses bred with which. Faster horses were bred for war and racing. Stronger horses were bred for pulling carts and plows. Calmer horses were bred for children, farmers, and everyday transport. Generation after generation, humans reshaped the horse's body and behavior almost as dramatically as they reshaped the dog. Some horses became towering war horses, bred for size and strength. Others became small, sturdy ponies, perfectly suited for mountains and harsh terrain. Every single modern breed, from the massive Clydesdale to the swift Arabian, descended from careful human choices repeated across thousands of years. In a strange way, humans didn't just tame the horse. They engineered it, shaped it into dozens of different tools, each built for a different purpose. And yet, despite thousands of years of selective breeding, something wild still lives inside every horse. Watch a horse react to a sudden loud noise, and you'll see it. The same instinct to bolt, the same explosive burst of speed that once saved its ancestors from wolves and lions on open grassland. That instinct never disappeared. It's simply been quieted, generation after generation, just enough to let humans climb onto its back. So, did ancient humans really create the horse we know today? Not exactly. They didn't build it from nothing. They inherited a wild, powerful animal and slowly, patiently reshaped it, not through force alone, but through thousands of years of choice, breeding, and partnership. The horse gave humanity speed, power, and the ability to connect distant civilizations. And in return, humans gave the horse something no wild animal had ever had before: a permanent place beside us, in nearly every chapter of human history that followed. Thanks for watching.